Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Nilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya De Satarine Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Taruvasya Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnamebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hare Krishna. Anyone remembers what we discussed last class? Can anyone say?
Yes, we started with how soul from spiritual replace the desire to control and
Yeah, we were discussing about how the soul wanting to control and create something falls from the spiritual world. Yes, anyone else?
Project is around 4 types of people who starts spirituality for getting something in this material world.
Yeah, there are 4 types of people we discussed. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti no Arjuna. They are considered sukriti or good people. So who are these good people who start spirituality?
People in distressed conditions.
Yeah, people in distressed condition. They want some peace in life. Yes, anyone else? Who is the second category? Artho. Next category? Huh? Jigyasu, those who are curious, they want them to know something, what it is. Yes. What else? Artharthi, those who are wanting wealth in life, they also come to Krishna. Jnani, those who want knowledge, those who are in search of knowledge. What is goal of life? What is purpose of life? So they also come. Yeah, and then what else we discussed? Sorry? So Krishna gives prescription of yajna, dana, tapa. And what happens with this prescription, yajna, dana, tapa?
Chanting holy name, yajna.
Yeah.
Dana is time and wealth.
Yes.
And tapa is rules and law and regulations.
Yeah. So rules and regulation, tapa. Chanting is yajna. And there is dana of samay, dana of wealth, dhan. So that Krishna says. And then what we discussed, how we ended the class, anyone remembers?
What of those people who do not want to purify and want the material things?
Yeah, so there are some people who do not want the purification process. You remember? There were 3 types of purification process Krishna was suggesting. Yajna, dana and tapa. You want wealth from me, you can get wealth, but you have to get purified through yajna, dana, tapa. You want peace from me, you can get peace, but you have to get purified through yajna, dana, tapa. But there are some people, they want wealth, they want peace, they want knowledge, but they don't want to get purified. Then what will happen to those people? So that's what we are going to discuss today. And that is how we see that there are so many gods in India. If you see, one may question, why there are so many gods in India? इतने सारे भगवान की जरूरत क्या है भारत में? अगर if there is one God, there should be one God. So actually there is one God, but there are so many demigods. So then what is the difference between God and demigod is what we are going to see today, right? What is God, who is God, and what are demigods, right? Why in India we have so many types of gods, right? There is so many pictures here. If you see Hanuman, Shivji, Saraswati, everyone, Ganesh, everyone is there in this picture. Okay, Hanuman is also there. Everyone is there. Okay. So when first we will discuss who are these demigods and why they are important. What is their role, right? So this is a very famous verse in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 10. We'll read this verse. Saha yajna praja srishtva. Anyone? Puro vacha prajapati. Anena prasavisyadvam. Esabosto ishtakamadhuk. Yeah. So Krishna is telling that in the beginning of the creation, when the creation happened, that the souls are wanting to come from spiritual world to material world, and they have to be kept in the material world. They want to control, they want to create. So in the beginning, Krishna created two types of people. See, if you have to create a system or a structure, you need to have organizers of that system and structure, correct? You cannot see, the material world is created as a system to facilitate the soul's desire to control and create, as we discussed last time. But when the soul comes here, so among the souls who are somewhat good souls, they are like all are a little bit having nature to control, but there are some souls who want to control also, but under certain directions. They don't want to exploit. There are two things. One is called control, and another is called exploit. So this is getting. So another is called exploit. Now there are some souls who want to control but not exploit. So then Krishna makes those souls who want to control and create, but they do not want to exploit anything. They are good souls. So Krishna makes them managers of this material world. And these managers are basically called demigods. So that means who are the demigods? The demigods are the managers of this world, managers of different facility. Like if I have to control, the souls have to control and create, they need earth, they need water, they need facilities to create and control. Now for giving them facility to create, so many people will want. Sri Nitai Das will want something, Sam Narayan would want, Subham would want, Seema would want, Ritika would want, Anusilka will want, everyone will want. Then there has to be a system, how to allocate the resources, how much resources has to be allocated to whom, correct? Just like in any company. Otherwise there will be chaos. So Krishna, in order to not have chaos within this controlling and creating business, what the souls want, so Krishna, to create order and harmony, Krishna actually appoints in charges. And that's what Krishna is telling, that he appoints the in charges. And what these in charges will do? The in charges will have some criteria. If you fulfill this criteria, then we will provide you these items. So that criteria here Krishna is telling that I created the in charges. I created the criteria in which people can get resources from their in charges. So what Krishna is telling in this verse, that he created in charge, or who are the demigods, and he also created the criteria to get resources from these demigods. And this criteria of getting resources is Krishna is telling here, that is yajna. This yajna is a different type of yajna. This is yajna to the demigods. Just like we have yajna to the gods, to Krishna in previous class we discussed, there is also yajna to the demigod. And by doing this yajna, so they fulfill certain criteria and then they can get the resources. Is this clear? Who are the demigods? They are basically managers, in charges of various resources of this world. Okay? Next. So next we will read the next verse. Devan bhavayatanena.
Devan bhavayatanena.
Te deva bhavayantu va.
Te deva bhavayantu va.
Parasparam bhavayantaha.
Parasparam bhavayantaha.
Shreyaha param avapsyataha.
Shreya param avapata.
Now Krishna is telling a very interesting thing. Now you see, so what is this? What we created? Okay. So basically the in charges are created now. What happened? Hey, sometimes it gives a lot of misery. Now it's coming. So, hey, here it is written. So Krishna created the in charges. Now in charges are supposed to allocate resources to different souls. Now, what will in charges get? The in charges have also come to control and create and enjoy. The in charges are not like very pure. They are pure, that they don't want to exploit. But what the in charges will get, what the demigods will get? Now the demigods are made in charges, and based on the souls fulfilling certain criteria of yajna, they are going to allocate. Now what the in charges will get? So Krishna is telling, when these souls, they do yajna to fulfill the criteria, so the in charges also get benefit of the yajna. They also get benefit of the yajna. So what benefits they get? The in charges get the benefit of staying in Swarga. In heavenly planets. So the demigods, they stay in Swarga Loka. The human beings, they stay in Bhuloka, in earth. So the human beings, when they perform yajna, so the demigods get an opportunity from the credits. Like every demigod will have some credits, 200, 300, 400. As they enjoy in Swargaloka, the credits will diminish. 200 will become 199, 198, 1. And whenever any, let's say Sri Nitai Das did some yajna for Indra, so then his credit will increase from 200, which has become 190 in one day, it will become again 250. You're able to understand? And Indra will be pleased, Arey, my credits have become 250 by Sri Nitai Das. Let us give Sri Nitai Das kingdom some good rains. You're able to understand? Huh? So, I'll just give an example again here. So, Indra, he is in charge of rains. Now, Indra is in Swarga. Now, to stay in Swarga, you require some minimum punya, credits. And as soon as those minimum punya credits are over, you will have to come down from Swarga. So let us say for Indra to stay in Swarga, it requires minimum 200 punya credits. But as Indra, let's say Indra started his Indra post. Indra is a post actually. Anyone can, all of you also can become Indra if you get the credit. Let's say Indra started with 995. And as Indra stays on enjoying, so every day this 995 will diminish. 990, 857. So like that, this will diminish. And when it becomes 200 or less than 200, Indra has to come down to human planet. He has to take birth as a human being again. And when the human beings on the earth, they do some puja or yajna basically, then Indra's, whose credits was 857, some 500 credits will get added. So it will become 1357. You are able to understand? And then in return, because some souls added Indra credit of 500, Indra would bless with good rains. This is how Krishna created the system. The demigods stay in Swargaloka, the human beings stay here, human beings do yajna, demigod gets some credit, and any human being wants to go to and become demigod, then he has to do extra yajna. There are criteria also of how you can become Indra, how you can become Ganesh, how you can become Brahma. So all those criteria are also there. These are all post. Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Aswini Kumaras, Yama, Ganesh. These are all different posts. Shiv and Parvati, they are not post. Okay, we will discuss that later on. It's not a post. Hanuman is not a post. Neither Hanuman is a demigod. Hanuman is a Bhakta. Actually, in India, Hanuman has been unfortunately made as a demigod. He is not a demigod. Okay. So Lord Shiva is not a demigod. Mother Parvati is not a demigod. Okay. So Shivji, Parvati and Hanumanji, they are not demigods. Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Surya, Yama, all these, there are a lot of demigods. So these are all in charges of different resources of this world. Is this clear till now, everyone? Yeah? I hope this is very clear. Okay. So what is the benefit? That the in charges, they stay in Swarga, and based on the how much yajna they get the credits to continue staying in Swarga. Okay. Next. Go ahead. Okay. Istan bhogan hi bo deva. Istan bhogan hi bo deva. Dasyante yajna bhavita. Dasyante yajna bhavita. Tair dattam apradayabhyo yo bhungte stena evasa. Now someone may say, okay, who cares who are the demigods? I don't believe in Indra. I don't believe in Varuna. I don't believe in Yama. I don't believe in all these demigods. I will use all the resources without paying any tax to them. Basically what you are doing is we are paying tax. I will not pay any tax. I will enjoy myself. So then Krishna is telling, yo bhungte, anyone who does like that, or anyone who wants to enjoy the resources of the world without paying tax to demigods, then Krishna is telling he is certainly a thief and he is supposed to be punished. Like all of you are taking air. All of you for so many years till the time you have been existing, you have been taking air. Have you ever paid tax to Vayudev? Never. You have not done any yajna to Vayudev. You have not paid any tax to Vayudev. So definitely you are a thief because you are using air which is actually the property of Krishna, and that property of Krishna is allocated to Vayudev. And Vayudev is supposed to collect taxes for those who are using air in this world. But because we are using it and not paying tax, then we are certainly a thief and we are supposed to get reactions. So Krishna created a system where the soul, the souls, the humans in the material, in the earthly planet and the demigods, they can live in cooperation. And then Krishna also created a system of punishment where if someone doesn't cooperate with the system, he is going to get punishment. Okay? And then we'll see. So demigods are basically in charges. If someone is absorbed in Brahman, wants to experience some divine peace, that is in charge is Brahma. Someone wants a good son, then Prajapatis are in charge. The Prajapatis bless people with good son. Someone wants money, there are Basus who are in charge of the money. Someone wants long lifespan, Aswini Kumaras, they bless people with Ayusha. Someone wants a good wife, then Apsaras and Urvasis. If one worships Apsaras and Urvasi, you will get a good wife. Okay, I think I didn't worship anyone. They were very upset with me. So great, one who wants to be greatly learned, then they worship Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva is not a demigod. We will clarify that. But Lord Shiva takes certain positions of the affairs of the material world for certain reasons which we will discuss. We will have one particular session, specific session dedicated to Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva is not a demigod. Okay. So now the question is, why would someone go to demigod for asking all these things if Krishna himself promises material fulfillment? अगर भगवान खुद ही दे रहे हैं तो कोई देवताओं को क्रिएट करना what is the necessity of creating demigods and why would someone go? And the next question is, what is the difference between God and demigod? What is the difference between Krishna and demigod? So this is two things. Who worships the demigods? So first question is, why would someone go to the demigods? Okay. Again got stuck. Yeah. This is a verse from Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 20th verse. Kamestasterhita jnana prapadyante anya devata tam niyamam asthaya prakritya niyata swaya Yeah. So some people, who are these people? Krishna is telling, kames taistai hritagyana. Krishna is telling that there are some people whose intelligence is hrita. Hrita matlab stolen. Why their intelligence is stolen? They want resources, and those resources they want to enjoy and exploit others and not follow any rules. So there are some people in this world, they would want the resources, they would want to enjoy the resources, they want to exploit the resources, but they don't want any following of rules and regulations. They just want it. Like for example, Hiranyakashipu. He wanted to rule the entire world, entire universe. He wanted to become the Ekarat, supreme controller of this entire universe, but his desire was to exploit everyone. And these type of people, they would not go to Krishna, because Krishna would never give such benedictions to such people. Because Krishna is not bound in giving benedictions, but the demigods are bound to give benedictions. So this is the first difference. Again it became like this. So the first difference is Krishna is not obligated, but the demigods are obliged. Like for example, if you are holding a post and someone comes, let's say for example, I can give an example. Let us say you are a smartphone maker, okay, and you have opened a shop and you are selling smartphone. Now anyone who is ready to pay the money, let's say 15,000 rupees for purchasing the smartphone, you as a shopkeeper, you are obliged to give him the smartphone, correct? Whether the person who is purchasing the smartphone will use it for terrorist activity, whether the person who is purchasing the smartphone will use it for cyber crime, that you cannot say. He has given 15,000 rupees, you have to give him a smartphone. Can any police department or CID department can go to the shopkeeper and tell, तुमने इसको smartphone क्यों दिया? Because you gave him smartphone, that is how he is doing terrorist activity with the smartphone. Can anyone go to like that? Because the shopkeeper is obliged to give you a smartphone if you pay the money, and the shopkeeper cannot do anything if you use the smartphone to do wrong activities. That is what is the demigods. Now Krishna will not allocate any resources to you until unless Krishna is doubly sure that you are not going to use those resources for creating disturbance. And that is how the demigods are obliged and Krishna is not obliged. The demigods have to give, no matter whatever your intentions may be, irrespective of your intentions. If you just fulfill the criteria, then demigods have to give. But Krishna is not obliged. He will see the reason why you want. Is this clear? Krishna would like to see the reason why you want. Why you want that thing what you are asking. Krishna would see the reason, and because Krishna is Paramatma in everyone's heart, Krishna knows what is the desire, and that's why Krishna will not give, and that's why people are very afraid of worshipping Krishna. Generally people don't go to Krishna much. Why? Because they know कि इसका इतना सारा क्राइटेरिया है, फुलफिल करते करते बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. He will demand lot of purification of heart. He will see your heart before giving. And these demigods are just you fulfill the criteria, यज्ञ कर दिया, आपको मिल गया सब कुछ. Right? Okay? So this is how the Krishna is telling Hritajnana, those whose intelligence are spoiled. That means they want to enjoy this world. They want to enjoy this world and they don't want to follow any rules and regulations. They have wrong intentions. So those people, they will prapadyante anya devata. Krishna is telling they go to the anya devatas. And the anya devatas can give them things. So in that way, there are people who are worshipping the demigods, they are also in three modes. See, demigods are not in three modes. Demigods are in Sattva-guna. But then the worshipper of the demigod, different demigods are in three modes. So, the modes of goodness, mode of passion and mode of ignorance. This we have already discussed. So, the demigod worship is also done in three different modes. So, different Puranas describe how to worship different demigods in different modes. Like for example, those who are in mode of ignorance, they will worship Kali, Lord Shiva, and their methodologies of worship would be, I want lot of material prosperity and I want to exploit using those material prosperities. Like Bhasmasur, Brikrasur, all these demons like Ravana. Whose devotee was Ravana? Lord Shiva only. Right? So, like Ravana, again it got stopped. What happened? Noticed. So Ravana, the demons, so they want all resources of this world because they want to exploit others with the resources. They want to destroy others. They want to create destruction. So those type of people, they worship different demigods in mode of ignorance. Like you see Brikrasur. Now this Brikrasur, so this Brikrasur, what he was doing, this or he's called Bhasmasur, this fellow, he was trying to worship Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was not appearing. And then he started cutting his hands, legs and offering it in yajna and telling Om Namah Shivaya. And then Lord Shiva appeared. And then when Lord Shiva appeared, then this Brikrasur, Lord Shiva asked, Lord Shiva and Parvati, both of them came. And then Lord Shiva asked, what do you want, Brikrasur? Then he said, I want a benediction. If I take my hand and I put my hand on someone's head, then his head should burst. That is the power I need. Lord Shiva said, Tathastu. And then as soon as Lord Shiva said Tathastu, this person, you see what is the quality of this person. This person saw Parvati Devi and he said, wow, the first thing I should do is to kill Lord Shiva so that I can get Parvati. And he started running behind Lord Shiva to kill Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva started running. And Parvati also disappeared, he started running. Now he was running. Lord Shiva started speaking, Narayan, Vishnu, please help me what to do. This fellow is doing like this. Then Lord Vishnu came in, here it is, the picture says it's a lady But actually Lord Vishnu came in the form of a small boy. Bhagavatam says Lord Vishnu came in the form of a boy. And then this boy said, "Oh, what you are doing? What you are doing?" So they said, actually I have got a benediction from Lord Shiva that whoever head I will touch, he will die. I want to kill Lord Shiva. This small boy said, "Lord Shiva gave you benediction?" This small boy is actually Vishnu. Yes. Lord Shiva is always intoxicated. He is always taking some bhang and lying down. He is in what benediction he will give? Can an intoxicated person give you any benediction? And this person got bewildered by Vishnu's, this small boy's bewildering words. And then this said, is it like that? Yes. What? Lord Shiva's benediction will work. Now you see your hand, you touch your hand. He started touching his hand. Is it hot? No, my hand is not hot. So if your hand is not hot, how it can burst someone and burn someone to ashes? Yes, my hand is not hot. So how I can burst someone? Now you see, keep your hand little up your head. If you keep your hand up, are you feeling any heat? No, I am not feeling any heat. So how can you are not feeling any heat just by putting your hand? How by touching the head will burst? It's useless. Yes. So that means you should touch and see what is happening. It's all useless. See, immediately that demon, that police fellow, he put his hand on his head and he got burnt into flames. And then Lord Shiva came and Vishnu said, don't give such benedictions. You first understand whom to give benediction, whom not to give benediction, and you should not do all these things. So these people who are in mode of ignorance, they will worship demigods and their desire is to even kill the demigods who gave them blessings. So this is mode of ignorance. They will do severe tapasya, like cutting or piercing of flesh. You have seen some people like pierce like this, and walk on the coal, fire, all different types. They will take a lot of intoxicants, they will smoke, they will eat bhang, and then they will tell they are eating prasad of Lord Shiva. They will eat bhang, they will do. So these are all in mode of ignorance. They will eat flesh. They will do all these intoxicants and all these things they will do to in the Sivaratri day and worship Durga, and then they will say ki we are all taking prasadam of Shiva and Durga. Actually Lord Shiva and Parvati, we will see in further sessions, they are Parama Vaishnava. Lord Shiva and Parvati, they are full vegetarian. They only take Ram Prasad. Why Lord Shiva will take ganja, bhang? उनका कुछ काम धंधा नहीं है क्या? How? What a big offense to Lord Shiva. All our Indians, they do. And there are Bollywood songs written that, we are taking bhang, Lord Shiva's prasad and all these things. And people are eating flesh, telling Durga's prasad. Durga prasad nahi hai wo. Durga doesn't take flesh. Lord Shiva and Parvati, they only take prasad of Lord Ram. They are great devotees of Lord Ram. Ramcharitmanas begins with Lord Shiva telling to Parvati about Lord Ram's pastime. Just imagine what a horrible blemish we are putting on these demigods who are such great souls. And Lord Shiva and Parvati, they are not even demigods. They are Sambhu Tattva, as we will discuss in next classes. And we want to eat non-veg, we want to drink intoxicant, we want to take bhang, and we make Lord Shiva also take it, and so that we can get prasadam. What nonsense is this? What logic is this? You want to take, you take, but you don't tell that Lord Shiva is taking, Durga is taking, and I am taking his prasadam. They don't have any business that they have to take bhang just to give you bhang. So in this way, the worshipper in ignorance means madness, pagalpan. We discussed na, sattvagun, rajogun, tamogun. Tamogun matlab pagalpan. पागलों की तरह, पागल की तरह बताएंगे कि हाँ लॉर्ड शिवा का प्रसाद हम खाए. So this is simply madness. Those people who are in madness, they proclaim all these things, like they do Durga Puja. Most of the Durga Pandal, behind our temple only they put the Durga Pandal. Not even any single Durga things happens. All Bollywood music is going on, all enjoyment is going on, and what is? It is Durga Puja. It's not Durga Puja. It is your Pet Puja. It is your Jiva Puja. Don't tell it's Durga Puja. And Durga Puja doesn't happen like this. If you really want to do Durga Puja, you have to understand what Durga takes. Durga is a Param Vaishnavi, right? If she is a Param Vaishnavi, I am a Chuttu Vaishnav. छोटा वैष्णव मैं हूं, मैं ही विदाउट ओनियन गार्लिक का कृष्ण प्रसाद खा रहा हूं, और लॉर्ड शिवा पार्वती इतने बड़े वैष्णव है, वो क्या खाते होंगे? हाँ, मैं छोटा सा वैष्णव हूं. सोचो आप, ऑल ऑफ यू थिंक फॉर ए व्हाइल. श्री निताई दास छोटा वैष्णव, नथिंग इन कंपैरिजन टू लॉर्ड शिवा एंड पार्वती एंड ऑल दिस डेमिगॉड्स. दे आर ऑल ग्रेट वैष्णवास. I am only taking from childhood, from the day I joined ISKCON, and from childhood I have been taking vegetarian and without onion garlic. मैं अगर कर सकता हूं तो वो तो क्या क्या नहीं करते होंगे भगवान की पूजा. Every demigod has an Ishtadev and they worship every day with great reverence. भगवान को बहुत अच्छे से पूजा करते हैं. So in this way, those who are in mode of ignorance, they make demigods forcefully do what they want to do and then forcefully claim I am taking demigod prasadam. You are able to understand? ये पागलपन है. They'll first force. उनको अगर दारू पीना है, they will force the demigod and give दारू liquor to the demigod and take. मैं प्रसाद खाया demigod का. So this is ignorance. Now higher than that, they also offer animals and chicken in sacrifice to please Kali. अरे काली का कुछ काम धंधा नहीं काली माँ का. Why he has to take chicken and all those things? So they will do all these things, and fully it is in mode of ignorance. It has no proper basis and foundation. The only foundation is I want to please my senses. I want to do something. I want to taste this. I want to eat this. I want to drink liquor. So I have created certain systems. And then higher than that is in mode of passion. It is better. It is much better than those who are in mode of ignorance. And they are worshipping the demigods for some honor, for some material assets, for competitive mentality, to become the ultimate enjoyer, to enjoy, to control, बड़ा बनने का. They necessarily do not have, they may or may not have a tendency to exploit, but they want honor, they want prestige, they want to control, they want to increase their capacity. Today I am just a chief minister, tomorrow I'll become prime minister, tomorrow I'll become president of the entire world, tomorrow I'll become president of the entire universe. So they want to increase their domain of influence. So they are in mode of passion. They also worship certain demigods, especially they worship Brahma. Some people in mode of passion also worship Durga, Lord Shiva, but their way to worship is different, right? And then those who are in mode of goodness, they worship, and pure goodness, they worship Lord Krishna and Vishnu. And their main motive, those living entities, their main motive is they don't want any fulfillment of material desires. They want to do it out of duty, they want to do it out of duty and love. So they know, those who are in mode of goodness, they know that God has given me so much. So it's my duty to worship Him, to thank Him, to be grateful to Him. And out of love, I want to love God. God has given so much, I want to love Him. Who is God? So those who are in mode of goodness, they want to actually worship out of duty and love. Okay. decrease the hot. So now what's the difference? We'll see. The difference is the demigod worship are in lower modes, are in different, it's in mostly Rajogun and Tamogun. But Krishna worship is in mode of goodness or pure goodness. The benefits that the demigods give are temporary. Today they will make you wealthy, tomorrow again all the wealth has to go away. So the benefits that the demigod give are temporary, but the benefits of Krishna worship is permanent. Today you are chanting Hare Krishna, this chanting of Hare Krishna, whatever credits you will get, it will be your eternal property. Next life also you can access it. But if the demigods, they will give you some wealth this life, can you take this wealth next life? You cannot take. So the benefits that the demigods they give are temporary, but the benefits of Krishna worship is permanent. Destination. What is the destination of demigod worship? The people who worship demigods, they will go to demigod planet. अगर आप इंद्र की पूजा कर रहे हैं और जीवन भर इंद्र को बहुत अच्छे से पूजा किया, तो आप इंद्रलोक में जाएंगे, इंद्रलोक में रहने का आपको मौका मिलेगा. And the destination, those who worship Krishna worship, is spiritual planets, liberation from birth, old age, disease, death. कर्म की जो साइकिल है उससे आपको ऊपर जाने का मौका मिलेगा, मुक्ति मिलेगा और भगवान के धाम में फिर से स्थान मिलेगा. The demigods will not ensure purification of heart, as I had already said. But Krishna, before giving any benediction, he will ensure that your heart is purified of different anarthas like anger, greed, everything is not there. Then only Krishna will give you. The medium of exchange between demigod is a business. They want something from you, you want something from them. It's a business. The medium of exchange between Krishna and worshippers of Krishna is out of love. And power, demigods are dependent on Krishna for giving whatever they are giving. But Krishna is supremely independent, giver of all blessings. Demigods cannot fully change your karma. They can do little bit of edits to your karma. But Krishna can completely change your karma. So these are the different difference mentioned in Bhagavad Gita between the worship of the demigods and Krishna worship. These what I have written down is coming from the 7th chapter and the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Is this clear? The next. So demigods are dependent on the Lord. Actually, whatever faith anyone has on the demigod, that faith is also given by Krishna. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha Shraddhayarchitum ichchati tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham. यो यो याम याम तनुम भक्तः श्रद्धायार्चितुम अच्छति. जो जिस तनु को जिस देवताओं को पूजा करना चाहते हैं, श्रद्धा के साथ अर्चितुम अर्चना करना चाहते हैं, इच्छति जिस श्रद्धा से, तस्याचलम श्रद्धाम उन लोगों को मैं वो श्रद्धा देता हूं. जैसे someone wants to worship Indra or wants to worship Varuna. So then Krishna only gives that shraddha to the person to worship him. So here is the demigod, right? And here is the worshipper. So now the worshipper needs shraddha, faith, that yes, by worshipping the demigod, I will get my things. and the demigod needs power and strength and resources, these three things, to give to the worshipper. Correct? मैं अगर इंद्र की पूजा करना चाहता हूं, मेरे हृदय में श्रद्धा रहना चाहिए इंद्र के प्रति, तभी मैं पूजा कर पाऊंगा. एंड इंद्र अगर मेरे को कुछ देना चाहते हैं, उनके पास शक्ति रहना चाहिए मेरे को देने के लिए. तो ये दोनों चीज, एक तो श्रद्धा, दूसरा है बल, ये दोनों चीज भगवान बोल रहे हैं कि मैं देता हूं. मैं वर्शिपर को श्रद्धा देता हूं और मैं देवताओं को शक्ति देता हूं. I give Shraddha to the worshipper, I give Shakti to the Devata to ensure that this exchange goes on. Right? So the demigods and also the demigod worshipper both are dependent on Krishna. Krishna is telling in this verse for getting whatever they want. Okay, next. And then it says that with that Shraddha, it happens. So Krishna is telling, this is what I mentioned in the table. Antavattu phalam tesham. Yeah, anyone? Anyone who has not recited? Yeah. Tadbhavatyalpamedhasam. Devan deva yajo yanti. Madbhakta yanti mamapi. Okay, so you see Krishna what he is telling. Antavat tu phalam tesam. जो फल देते हैं देवता लोग, what फल they give, whatever benediction they give, they are antavat, they are temporary. And those who worship them, that's why they are alpamedhasam. They are foolish. Why they are foolish? Because they have to do so much of yajna and so much of things for getting some temporary benefit. बेटर अगर मेरे को पूजा कर देते तो मैं इटर्नल बेनिफिट दे देता. देवान देव यजो यान्ति मद भक्ता यान्ति माम. तो उनकी डेस्टिनेशन क्या है? सो कृष्णा इज टेलिंग दोज हु वर्शिप मी, देयर डेस्टिनेशन इज माई लोका. Those who worship the demigods, their destination is demigod loka. So we'll read the translation. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Is this clear? This is already given in the table. We had mentioned in the table. This is the verse. Okay. Now the question is, if Krishna is considering you see what Krishna is telling? Those who are worshipping the demigods, alpamedhasam, foolish. Why Krishna is calling the demigods worshipper as foolish? Can anyone say? Can anyone say why Krishna is telling all the demigod worshippers are foolish?
Because that person wants the temporary.
Okay, so because he is getting temporary benefit only. Okay, what else?
They go to demigod planets and their heart is also not purified.
Okay.
Everything is temporary.
Yes, so they go to the demigod planets. Even the demigod planets are also temporary. They will get some credits, and after the credits are over, they again they have to come down. And third, their hearts are not purified.
They will be reborning, getting rebirth every time for those burning those karma also.
Yeah, so their karmic cycle is intact. Yes, anyone else? Anything else? Why they are called foolish?
Because demigods cannot give whatever you want in full.
Yeah, so demigods, they have limitations also. They cannot fully give what we want. They have limitations. Like Krishna is not limited, but demigods are limited. This is the criteria, you fulfill this criteria, I will give you something. Yeah. So, if Krishna is understanding all these things, and Krishna only is telling that this is alpamedhasam, worshipping demigod is foolishness, then why Krishna has created the system? Who has created the system of demigod? Krishna only, na? If Krishna knows that this system is foolishness, why then he has created the system? Doesn't look very shocking and surprising? Krishna is himself telling this is temporary. They will, you will only go to the demigod planets. Your hearts will not be purified. Your karmic cycle will not be will be intact, and you will not get liberated. And they also are very limited in their power. Their power is given by me only. Then, if all these things are there, so why Krishna has created this system of demigod worshippers, and why there are so many demigods in India? Not in India, actually, why there are so many demigods? Why this system at all has been created? This question we will answer in next class, because already 1 hour is over. Okay. So next class we will see that if demigod worship has all these things, and Krishna himself is telling that it is foolishness to worship the demigods, I am ready to give everything, then why the demigod worshippers are created by Krishna? This is, we will see next class. Okay? Yes, anyone has any question?
Prabhuji, as you said, I think all these demigods,
Hmm.
right? So they are also worshippers of Krishna.
Hmm.
So at one time, I think they will be also looking for a liberation. So
Yeah.
why they want to continue in this?
Yeah, so that's a very nice question. So the demigods are also worshippers of Krishna. So they would also look for liberation. Yeah, they will look for liberation, but they are little bit enamored by controlling and enjoying different higher resources. Like they are also prisoners. We are also prisoners, but they have got accustomed to A-class jail. थोड़ा एसी लग गया है, थोड़ा उर्वशी आके खाना भी दे दिया, थोड़ा नाच गाना हो गया, so they just got little attached, but they also fully know कि ये ए क्लास जेल कभी भी बी क्लास हो सकता है, सी क्लास हो सकता है, या डी क्लास में पहुंच सकता है, कभी भी. But somehow they have got attached to this material world. But many of the demigods are also, whenever Krishna takes birth and comes as avatar, many of the demigods, they also come and do pastime with Krishna. And many of the demigods, after doing pastime with Krishna, they understand ki arey, what is the pleasure in Urvasi? What is the pleasure in Swargaloka? The pleasure with Krishna is much, much greater than the demigod loka. स्वर्गलोक से तो कितना गुना आनंद है कृष्ण के साथ लीला करने के लिए. When they realize this, they also, along with Krishna, when Krishna goes back, he takes many of the demigods also. But still there are some foolish demigods who still remain. But whenever Krishna comes as avatar, there are three types of people who come along with Krishna to perform pastime. So when Krishna comes from spiritual world to do avatar, like Krishna avatar, Ram avatar, Varaha avatar, Narsimha avatar, जो भी अवतार आते हैं तो भगवान तीन प्रकार के लोगों को लेके आते हैं. एक तो भगवान अपने आध्यात्मिक जगत से लेके आते हैं. कृष्णा brings from spiritual world. In spiritual world there is Arjuna, Yudhishthir, Draupadi. They are all in spiritual world also. So Krishna brings them. And then the second category of people are we, those who are practicing bhaktas in this life. They, like भगवान अभी अगले कोई तो ब्रह्मांड में लीला करेंगे कृष्ण अवतार, तो हम अगर अच्छे से भक्ति करेंगे उस ब्रह्मांड में भगवान के साथ लीला करने का हमको मौका मिलेगा. These are second category people. The third category people are उस ब्रह्मांड के जो देवता लोग हैं वो भी भगवान की लीला में आना चाहते हैं, प्रवेश करना चाहते हैं. Sometimes we tell that Indra, Arjuna is incarnation of Indra. आपने पढ़ा होगा महाभारत में, करेक्ट. एंड महाभारत में पांडव लोग मरने के बाद स्वर्ग लोक चले गए, करेक्ट. कोई सोचेगा अरे पांडव लोग तो भगवान के शुद्ध भक्त हैं, वो तो भगवान के साथ घूमते रहते हैं, वो स्वर्ग लोक क्यों जाएंगे. सो जब अर्जुन, युधिष्ठिर, these are all eternal personalities, when they come down, Indra also wants to experience what it is being an Arjuna. भगवान का दोस्त बनने का क्या आनंद है. And then Indra enters the body of Arjuna and experiences Arjuna. And when Indra experiences Arjuna, I say, वाह, अरे ये तो उर्वशी से और ये स्वर्गलोक के जितनी आनंद से कई गुना ज्यादा आनंद है कृष्ण के साथ रहना. And then Indra and these demigods who have come in different roles, like Yamaraj comes as Vidur. Mahabharat mein Vidur is Yamaraj only, right? Vayudev comes as Bhima, and Aswini Kumaras come as Nakul and Sahadev. So these demigods, they take different roles. Actually they enter the body of Krishna's associates. भगवान की पार्षदों के शरीर के अंदर प्रवेश करते हैं, ये समझने के लिए कि भगवान के साथ कैसे आनंद जो है कितना ज्यादा है. एंड जब उनको ये साक्षात्कार हो जाता है, फिर से वो जब भगवान वापस लेके जाते हैं, चलते हैं, बंद करते हैं लीला, वो भी निकल जाते हैं आध्यात्मिक जगत. फिर आध्यात्मिक जगत में वो अर्जुन नहीं बनते हैं. आध्यात्मिक जगत में उनको कुछ और सेवा मिलता है भगवान के साथ रहने का. Is this clear? So 3 types of people, they come, and this is how the demigods get liberated. But sometimes before Krishna comes, the demigod may become human being. तो वो भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. भगवान आने से पहले ही वो मनुष्य लोक में आ गया, उसका क्रेडिट खत्म हो गया, तो क्या फिर. Because it's a temporary place. Swarga Loka is a temporary place. Swarga Loka is permanent, the residents are temporary. मतलब भरता रहता है, जैसे होता है ना प्रेसिडेंट बंगलो. प्रेसिडेंट बंगलो इज ए परमानेंट प्लेस, बट द रेसिडेंट ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट बंगलो इज कीप्स ऑन चेंजिंग, करेक्ट. एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट. इंद्रस बंगलो इन स्वर्गलोका इज अ परमानेंट प्लेस, but it keeps on changing. Current Indra is Purandar. His name is Purandar, who is Indra now. Okay, yes, Madhur Kohli Pro has some question, then we'll end. Yes.
We have read in the childhood all those stories that there are 33 crores demigods exist there, but Vedas says he actually is not crore. It comes from the Sanskrit word koti, and koti means type.
Yeah.
And what the explanation is given, 33 means 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, and 2 Ashwini Kumars. This adds up to 33. So is this understanding correct, or it is not 33 crore, but
both the understanding are correct. Both the understanding is correct. So 33 types is also correct, that there are 33 Pramukh Devata. And there are 33 crores assistants who are residents, and they are different. Like for example, if someone is a manager, the manager all will have a lot of assistants, right? So both the understanding is correct, that there are Pramukh types. The main categories of the Devatas are 33 types. But beyond that, there are assistants also. They are in crores, not just crores, much more than crores. Okay.
thank you,
So
Prabhu.
both the understanding is correct.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
One question. If someone is worshipping Krishna as well as demigods, then whether it is right or wrong?
Yeah. So if one is worshipping Krishna and also the demigods, so if one is worshipping Krishna with a lot of love, without any desire for asking anything to Krishna, then the demigods will inspire the person within the heart that now you fully worship Krishna. You don't require us. We are so happy that you have become a devotee of Krishna. So that we will see next class. Many examples we'll see. If someone is worshipping Krishna with lot of love without any material benefit, aspiring ki mere ko ye chahiye Bhagwan, mere ko wo chahiye. If he is worshipping with purity, then the demigods within their heart, they will arrange such a situation that he will become much more strong worshipper of Krishna. Ultimately, the demigod want all of us to become devotees of Krishna. So, if someone is worshipping Krishna with a lot of love, and also the demigods, eventually he will become a only worshipper of Krishna. Like the demigods. The demigods are not worshipper of demigods. The demigods, like Indra is not worshipper of Indra. Indra worship Krishna only. Baman Dev. So the demigods, they would bless him or her that he becomes a full-fledged devotee of Krishna. अरे बहुत अच्छा, तुम अभी पटरी पे आ रहा है, तुम अभी पूरा पटरी पे आ जा, तुम अभी भगवान का ही पूजा कर और अच्छे से पूजा कर, हम जैसे पूजा मत कर, हम तो भगवान की पूजा कर रहे हैं, फिर भी हमको थोड़ा थोड़ा कुछ कुछ चाहिए, तुम शुद्धता से पूजा कर, हम हेल्प करेंगे तुमको, तुम जा अभी इस भौतिक जगत से. So we need to understand, though demigods are attached to this material world, to controlling this world, to becoming a manager of this world, but if they see that someone who wants to worship Krishna, to go back to Godhead, भगवान के पास जाने के लिए, they offer all help. वो सब मिलके हेल्प करते हैं कि अरे यहाँ पे एक बंदा आया है जिसका एक गट्स है इस दुनिया से बाहर निकलने है, उसको हेल्प करो, लेके जाओ, भगवान खुश होंगे. Because Krishna will also be happy, ना. Let's say Indra, the Surya, Varuna, Kuvera, they help me in my practice of devotional service. भगवान खुश नहीं होंगे कि अरे श्री निताई दास को हेल्प किया, बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा. Like that. The demigods are devotees only. But they are not full-fledged pure devotees. They are practicing mixed devotee. थोड़ा कृष्ण भी चाहिए, थोड़ा ये जगत भी चाहिए, थोड़ा माया भी चाहिए, दोनों चाहिए. Like that. But if they see that someone who wants only Krishna, then they will help him. Like I have received so much of help. Personally, I have seen in my life that if I would not have got so much of help in resources and all those things, I would have never practiced bhakti properly. I saw that in my life, when I wanted to join the ashram, everything became all right. Somehow, from somewhere money came. No one knows from where money came. Because if I have to join the ashram, ISKCON has policy that I have to secure the create security, financial security for my parents. And I saw that from where the money came, and there was one small piece of land we had, and my father was not ready to sell it off, and it was 80,000 worth rupees. And I was telling, why do you take such small pieces of land and waste your money? Nothing is going to happen. And when before I was joining ashram, the Odisha government declared that national highway will run through that land, the side of the land. In just 10 days, the 80,000 land became 8 lakh rupees. So who is creating all these things? The demigods and Krishna. They are arranging all these things because they know that this person is practicing bhakti and we should help him so that he can practice bhakti and he can go back. And when I go back to Krishna Loka, I will also be grateful to all those demigods who have helped me. So the demigods know, ये भी जाके प्रार्थना करेगा हमारे लिए, हमारा भी line लगेगा. So the demigods are devotees. They are great devotees of Krishna, but they still have some attachment. But they will be most happy that if we practice without attachment. समझ में आ रहा है? दो उनका थोड़ा आसक्ति है, बट वो अगर हमको देखते हैं कि ये बिना आसक्ति से भगवान का शुद्धता से भक्ति कर रहा है, वो बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं और सब हेल्प देते हैं. Is this clear? So we should have right perspective about the demigods. They are very great souls, very great souls, and the way we do their puja, like Ganesh puja, Durga puja, it's like great offense. we don't know what offense we are doing the way we actually worship the demigods. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes, last, Sam Narayan. You have some question you have to ask? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, if we ask from Krishna to purify our heart, so is it also materially there?
No. So if we ask Krishna to purify our heart so that we can advance in bhakti and do nice service to him, this is not a material desire. Material desire is you ask Krishna, oh Krishna, now I am having 1 crore, give me 10 crores so that I can, when you have 10 crores, then Krishna give me 100 crores. So this is material desire. Okay? And even that is also not wrong in the beginning stages. Even that is also not wrong. If someone is asking wealth to Krishna, that is also fine. At least he has come to Krishna. But that is not the highest. The highest is we want Krishna, your love. Anyway, is it require, like for example, you have a daughter, right? Is your daughter has to tell कि पापा मेरे को आज ब्रेकफास्ट मिलेगा क्या, डिनर मिलेगा क्या, लंच मिलेगा क्या? इसको बोलने की जरूरत पड़ता है? अरे it is expected that if you are daughter, I will give you everything. So similarly, asking Krishna is foolishness. अरे तुमको पैदा किया है, तुमको मैं सब दूंगा. What to speak of 1 crore? I can give you 1 ब्रह्मांड, 1 universe only to enjoy. अरे किसी का बाप अगर इतना बड़ा है, लक्ष्मीपति है, उसको कुछ टेंशन लेने की जरूरत है? हाँ, उसको बीटेक एमटेक डिग्री चाहिए? ये सब डिग्री विग्री हमने बनाया है. मेरा बाप अगर इतना बड़ा है, इतना लक्ष्मीपति है मेरा बाप, तो मेरे को खटना क्यों चाहिए? Like one person said कि प्रभु जी, ISKCON is making lot of parasites. I said what parasites? अरे इतने सारे एजुकेटेड लोग फिर सब नौकरी वोकरी छोड़ के केवल रिसोर्स को यूज कर रहे हैं. आई सेड अरे क्या पैरासाइट, मैं अपना बाप का जमीन यूज कर रहा हूं, तेरा क्या समस्या है? Am I using your property? I am using Krishna's property. वो मेरा बाप है, मेरे बाप को कुछ परेशानी नहीं है, मैं खा रहा हूं, सो रहा हूं, तुमको क्यों इतना परेशानी है? तुम्हारा पॉकेट से जा रहा है क्या? So we need to understand that when we are asking material desires to Krishna, we are not having faith. That means Krishna is not the controller and proprietor. अरे भगवान का सब कुछ है यार, सब मिलेगा तुमको, बिना पूछे मिलेगा, जैसे एक बेटा बेटी को मिलता है. तो बेटा को क्या करना चाहिए? पापा मैं आपको प्रेम करना चाहता हूं. So that is how it is. And if we love Krishna, Krishna will provide everything. छोटा मोटा बाप नहीं है. हम जैसे नौकरी करते हुए सैलरी किसी तरह सेविंग्स करके हम बेटा बेटी को कर रहे हैं, उस तरह का नहीं है. वो सोते हुए ब्रह्मांड बना देता है. सोच रहा है कौन है विष्णु? उस सोते वो अगर इतना कर दिया, वो जगेगा तो क्या कर लेगा? So we should feel proud. Who is our father? Just by sleeping only. And just see लक्ष्मी, कोई ऐसा पत्नी है जो पति केवल सोता रहता है, उसका पैर दबाता है? हाँ? ऐसा कोई पत्नी है, पति दिन भर सोता रहता है और पत्नी पैर दबाती रह रही है. सृष्टि के शुरुआत से पत्नी दबाती रह रही है, और वो सो के पूरा ब्रह्मांड बना दिया. और जितने सारे देवता लोग आके उसको प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं. क्यों प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं? कितना अच्छे से सो रहा है. हाँ? इस तरह का हमारा पिता है जो सोते सोते इतना कुछ कर ले रहा है, और हम इतना टेंशन में घूम रहे हैं. मेरे को खाना मिलेगा कि नहीं, रहने मिलेगा, सब मिलेगा. मेरे को कैसे मिल रहा है? कौन सा नौकरी कर रहा हूं मैं? कुछ नहीं, मैं बस भगवान का सेवा कर रहा हूं, सब मिल रहा है मेरे को. आपको ही मिलेगा. ठीक है. हरे कृष्णा. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा. थैंक यू सो मच.